This severe thunderstorm warning does go until 7 p.m. here for, again, portions of Douglas, Pottawatomie, and Sarpy County, including portions of Omaha, Bellevue, Papillion, La Vista, Ralston, Springfield, Millard, as well as Gretna. You can see this line of storms that has developed here fairly quickly over the last 45 minutes, bringing that threat for some large hail. Also seeing another strong storm here right along I-80 in northwestern Cass County. That storm may be trying to produce some large hail as it approaches I-80 there just south of Ashland. So these storms are carrying the potential for some large hail. Let me actually zoom into this portion of the storm right there in the south side of Omaha. It looks to be right along. That looks to be about 90th, 84th, and I-80, and 72nd right here. This is Ralston, so likely some large hail between 84th and 72nd right on I-80. Here's the Exarban area. Here's Pacific Dodge Street. So 72nd running north to south right in that zone. So that is the potential for some large hail showing up with that part of the thunderstorm as the storm continues to lift off to the north and east. Let's see what the radar is trying to show us on the hail potential. So again, right on top of Ralston is where it's trying to pinpoint some of that hail potential. Looks to be estimating right around a half inch once again. I think that's likely a little bit on the low side, given what we are seeing with these radar returns, those pinks and the purples, generally an indication of some larger hail crossing I-80 into central Omaha here shortly. We're getting some very, very heavy rainfall in Midtown and downtown here at this moment. This is not severe. This is the eastern edge of this thunderstorm, but this is the core where the potential hail is likely with this storm as it continues to lift off to the northeast. Let me put a quick storm track on this, moving to the northeast about 35 miles per hour. If it continues on this track, it will move through the Exarban area here shortly over into Dundee and then the north side of Omaha, potentially near TD Ameritrade Park. That's the north side of downtown by about 6:40 to 6:45. Not moving particularly quickly, moving around to Epley by about 6:45 to 6:50, and it'll be on the north side of Council Bluffs by around 7 o'clock. So again, there's that core. Looks to be right on 72nd Street now, from about L to Center, maybe up to around Pacific, and then right along Center as well. We're looking at the potential for some large hail in that zone. Let me zoom the picture out just a little bit here, because we do have some other storms in the area. Another storm here just on the southwest side of Millard. Looks like that storm has actually weakened a little bit. If we put this into motion, you can see there was a pretty good hail core right there near Nebraska Crossing. That has weakened as it's moved up I-80 toward Millard and toward Papillion. So this storm not quite as strong. It's really this storm right on top of Omaha right now where we are looking at the potential for some larger hail. Let me zoom back into this area. Again, this is right on 72nd Street between L and Center, moving down Center toward Dundee, toward Midtown, potentially toward downtown. So if you have a chance to perhaps get your car under some shelter here shortly, this hail is moving toward Midtown and downtown Omaha over the next 15 to 20 minutes. So we are going to continue to track this storm as it moves through the metro. We will bring you the latest on Live at 6:30 coming up here in just about 5 minutes. Stay with 6 News for the latest severe weather information.
Posting every week to YouTube.
Did you know when young people are locked up in detention for minor infractions over an extended period of time, they have an increased risk of depression and suicide? But Douglas County is transforming juvenile justice. Through public and private community partnerships, we're providing alternatives to detention, giving our young people better outcomes and making our community safer. Learn more at leadingreform.org.
Spending time with your furry companion should be the highlight of your day. But when they're scared, stressed, or uncomfortable, it can be hard for you to think about anything else. 42 Degrees has a variety of CBD dog treats and drops that are safe for your pet and can help calm their nerves and alleviate their discomfort so you can get back to enjoying quality time together. Creating better days. Available at 42 Degrees for all your and your pet's CBD needs.
This is how legends are made.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. find new roads.
It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups or get $3,750 total value on a 2023 Silverado with a turbo high output engine. See your Heartland Chevy dealers.
The category is writer's lesser known works. Sounds tough. Let's find out. Here's the clue. Known for more philosophical works, he wrote the play La Mandragola, in which Florentines are rewarded for immoral actions. 30 seconds. Good luck. Kari Elsula, we'll begin with you. You had $7,200. Your response? Couldn't quite get there. So we're going to take away $5,000 from your total. You're at $2,200. Greg Saja was in second place with $8,000. His response was, who is Machiavelli? That is correct. Well done. So you're going to add to your total $4,401, bringing you to $12,401. But Ben Chan, once again, could not be caught, headed into final. $20,800. Did he know it was Machiavelli? He did. He'll be adding something to his winnings. How much? $2,200 for an even $23,000 today. And on the week, you're a three-day champion with $69,001. Congratulations, sir. He'll be back raising the roof again next week. We'll see you then.
On Monday, champion Ben Chan faces Tony Van Campen from Mount Prospect, Illinois, and from Los Angeles, California, Madeline McKenna.
Six First Alert weather, certified most accurate 7 years in a row. On your side, 6 News WOWT starts with 6 First Alert Weather Day coverage.
We begin with a live look outside from our city cam at Top Children's Hospital and Medical Center. We have declared today a 6th First Alert Weather Day. Severe thunderstorms moving across parts of the metro now. Let's get to meteorologist David Keller. David, what's the latest?
Yeah, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's in place here for the Omaha Metro that goes until 7 p.m. The storm right on top of Omaha at this moment. You can see this line of storms that has developed in the last 45 minutes. The strongest storm really in Midtown and downtown right now. But you can see the storm stretching from Omaha back into the Springfield area, Ashland, right along I-80. Here's the core of this particular thunderstorm. Looks to be right on top of, Leavenworth and Dodge, right at Saddle Creek, coming as well here on the west side of Midtown, just west of downtown. Some hail likely with this core of the storm. You can see those pinks and purples up to quarter-sized hail. Again, this is right on Dodge, right about let's see, 50th and 42nd Street here in Midtown and downtown. This will continue to move toward the north side of downtown here shortly. Some quarter-sized hail likely with this thunderstorm, so that may be large enough to do a little bit of damage as the storm moves on through. Not the only storm we are tracking, of course. We have more storms developing down here to the south from near South Bend into portions of Cass and Otoe counties, all the way down into the Syracuse area. So the threat for storms will continue generally along and south of I-80 for the evening hours. So we will have the latest on that severe thunderstorm warning and the threat for storms through the rest of the evening coming up here in just a little bit. Jacqueline.
All right, David, thank you. Breaking news tonight, the Supreme Court has put a temporary hold on a ruling that limits access to abortion drugs. The original ruling prevented patients from obtaining the abortion pill mifepristone by mail. That ruling will no longer go into effect tonight as originally scheduled. However, it still could.
Groundworks, the official foundation repair company of the Huskers, and your waterproofing, crawl space, and concrete leveling experts. Call for a free estimate.
We continue to track strong to severe thunderstorms across the metro right now. Some very heavy downpours, plenty of lightning and thunder, and some reports of hail with these storms as they have moved through the area. Severe thunderstorm warning in place for Sarpy, Douglas, and parts of Pottawatomie County until 7 p.m. These storms developing right along a cold front. They're kind of hanging on to the same location here for the time being. So a couple of spots seeing storms rolling over the same spot time and time again, producing some heavy rainfall totals. Anytime you see those pinks and purples showing up on our radar, though, that is a good indication that there's likely some hail being produced with this thunderstorm. We had a very strong storm move across the south side of Omaha from Ralston up into the Dundee and Midtown area. It's passed over Epley now, moving into the north side of Council Bluffs. That storm has actually weakened slightly. The strongest storm right now, right on top of 72nd and Highway 370 there in Papillion, moving up into La Vista. Again, on the south side of Ralston, likely some hail developing in that part of the storm. Here's the original strong storm that we had. It's moved over Carter Lake, and Epley Airfield continues to move off to the north and east. Here's the strongest part of the storm right now. Here's 72nd Street. Here's Highway 370 in Papillion, La Vista. Anywhere you see those pinks and purples, that's the potential for some large hail. Let me switch us over to that hail mode, and we can kind of see what the radar is estimating. Likely a little bit on the low side, but it's estimating about a half-inch diameter hailstone possible with this thunderstorm. I think the potential is there for some hailstones up to about quarter size. That would be 1 inch in diameter right here on top of Papillion. The good news is so far we have not gotten any reports of damage from this hail as it continues to move through the area. It is lifting off to the northeast at about 35 miles per hour. So if I put a storm track on this off to the northeast, moving off about 35 miles an hour, that'll put it into La Vista here in the next 5 to 10 minutes, into the south side of Omaha by about 7 o'clock, and then through most of Omaha by 7:20, and then it'll be lifting off to the north and east. This is not the only storm we're watching, though. Another line of strong thunderstorms here from near Louisville down into Elmwood, just west of Syracuse, into the Douglas area in western Otoe County. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that is in place here for portions of Cass and Otoe counties. That goes until 7:30 p.m. Looks like perhaps some half-dollar sized hail possible with this thunderstorm here. So, yeah, we are not watching just one, but several thunderstorms that are capable of producing some large hail. Look at the hail potential there right on Highway 2 west of Syracuse. That's where we see the potential for up to 1.5 inch diameter hail. Let me actually zoom in on that, get a closer look at where that hail core has developed there in Otoe County. So there's Highway 2, there's Unadilla, there's Palmyra, and the potential there for hail right on Highway 2 near Palmyra. These storms again lifting off to the north and east. Severe thunderstorm watch remains in place for the metro area through midnight, along with southeast Nebraska and southwest Iowa. These storms will likely continue to develop here as we head through the evening hours. Actually seeing a little bit of sunshine right there as we look out at downtown. Here's the line of storms as it's developed. It will continue to hang on to the Missouri River area and then slowly drop to the south and east. I think by 8 o'clock, our severe weather risk will be diminishing, but we will continue to see some showers, maybe some storms through about midnight, and then things will quiet down as we head into your Saturday. However, it turns quite a bit cooler. Temperatures in the 40s all day tomorrow, and on the breezy side as well. And that's going to bring in some colder weather here as we head into the weekend. Of course, you can download our 6 News First Alert weather app to see that 10-day forecast and check out where the storms are anytime with our interactive radar.
I don't want to say the storms came in rather quickly. Obviously, we knew about them, but there was one minute we were looking outside. It was fine.
We've been waiting and waiting, and they fired up almost when exactly expected, and very, very quickly. Yes.
It seemed like we just blinked our eyes, and then there they were. So
they're here.
The storms. Yeah.
There they are.
Thanks for preparing us, David. All right. Well.
Now for a look at what's on NBC tonight.
At 7, it's Lopez versus Lopez. At 7:30, Grand Crew. And then at 8, Dateline NBC. Then you can join us for 6 News live at 10.
On The Tonight Show, Jimmy's guests include Lucy Liu, and on Late Night, Seth welcomes Adam Driver. Crazy stuff going on out there, my goodness.
Strong storms still across the metro. Severe thunderstorm warning for Omaha will expire at 7 o'clock, but we're still seeing some potential hail there from Ralston through La Vista into Papillion. Just got a report potentially of some larger hail there in Papillion. Right now, radar estimates generally less than an inch, but you can see some of those purples and pinks, Ralston, La Vista, Papillion. Over into the south side of Omaha, we're going to continue to watch the potential there for some hail as that moves back into Omaha proper. Certainly going to be a noisy evening here. Some strong storms down to the south between Palmyra, Eagle, in parts of western Odo and Cass County. You can see a hail core there, perhaps up to 1.5-inch diameter hail there just north of Highway 2 near Palmyra. So something we're going to be watching. This all moves out overnight. We'll have some showers and wind tomorrow, and then very, very chilly. Lows in the 30s here for a couple of nights.
Gosh, what an extreme change. My goodness.
We're already dropping into the 60s after the 80s we had a short time ago.
I feel it already.
Yeah, I know, especially in here.
All right, that wraps up 6 News live at 6:30. We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock tonight.
Really has not moved a whole lot. The good news is we haven't seen too many reports of some very large hail out of the storm, but at least some quarter-sized hail in the Papillion area here recently. And that's really the strongest part of the storm here at this moment. You can see some of those pinks and purples showing up the east side of Papillion into La Vista and Ralston, just south of I-80, right along and just south of L Street there in Ralston into La Vista. That's where the potential is for some quarter-sized hail. This is going to be crossing, it looks like I-80 right around 60th Street on the south side of Exarban, and that may move up into parts of Midtown and Dundee here shortly. That's where the potential is for some large hail. Coming in a little bit closer, here's Harrison Street. So here's L, here's I-80 right in there. So east side of Ralston, northeast La Vista, south Omaha. This is where we're looking at the potential for some large hail. If we put our hail estimate on here, again, the radar estimating generally around maybe a half inch hail right here. I think maybe slightly larger than that based on the radar readings that we are getting, but certainly going to be making some noise on the roof. Will catch your attention as it moves on through. Want you to be indoors as this pushes on through. Stay away from windows as well until this storm begins to die down, kind of hanging out over the same area that saw the last storm. South Omaha, eastern Ralston, right along in east of 72nd Street between L and Harrison, just south of I-80, and this is moving up toward Exarban, moving over toward Dundee and Midtown over the next 10 to 15 minutes. These storms not moving particularly quickly. They're lifting off to the northeast about 30, 35 miles per hour. That's not the only storm we are watching. Another strong storm here right on the Cass and Otoe County lines here southwest of Weeping Water, east of Eagle. You can actually see some white showing up on the radar. That's potentially some very large hail. So this severe thunderstorm warning is for western Cass County, western Otoe County until 7:30. We actually have a report of 2-inch diameter hail with this thunderstorm. That's roughly egg-sized hail here in southwest Cass County, northwest Otoe County. This is north of Highway 2 now at this point, west of 50, southwest of Weeping Water. So again, if we put our estimated hail on here, radar trying to say somewhere around 1.5 inch diameter hail here just southwest of Weeping Water. This is lifting off to the northeast about 35 miles per hour. So let me put the radar back on here, and we will put a storm track on this hail core as it moves off to the northeast about 20-25 miles per hour. Clear that off the screen. Let's see if we can get that off there for you. Moving into Elmwood basically right now. So your hail core is about to move in Elmwood. Want you to be indoors. Stay away from windows. Potential there for some 2-inch diameter hail. That will certainly do some damage and will do some significant injuries if you are caught outdoors as that storm moves in. It will continue to move up toward Louisville by about 7:30 if it holds together, and then it'll cross the Platte River over into Sarpy County by about 7:40. So we'll see if this hail core continues to maintain its strength. Certainly a strong thunderstorm that we're going to be keeping a close eye on. Look out now from downtown toward Midtown. Can't see a whole lot because of that heavy downpour. Looks like we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued. So let's go ahead and take a look at that warning now. This is going to be in southeastern Nebraska, affecting areas of portions of central Otoe County down toward Tecumseh, Pawnee County. So let's get the information on this severe thunderstorm warning. This is again likely for some large hail. This goes until 8 p.m. for portions of Johnson, Nemaha, Otoe, and Pawnee counties. Again, this line of storms developing just west of Tecumseh and Pawnee City. These are lifting to the north and east. We can go ahead and zoom in just a little bit more on this line of storms. Likely some large hail here just in western Johnson County, just to the west of Tecumseh, as this line of storms continues to develop here in eastern Nebraska. So let's go ahead and bring it back up into the metro area right now, where we do have a strong storm right over Omaha. This is likely producing some large hail. Looks to be just on the west side of the metro, or Midtown, that is. Here is, I believe this is 60th 60th right in here. So right in the Exarban area, just east of Exarban, right along Center Street. Here's I-80, here's L Street, here's Harrison. So anywhere in this zone, that's where we may be seeing some large hail with this thunderstorm as it continues to work its way across the Omaha metro. So there's the radar moving. You can see the storms lifting north and east about 30-35 miles per hour. Again, the main concern with these storms is large hail. We haven't had any reports of damaging winds just yet, and there is really no tornado threat with these storms, so that's certainly some good news. We will continue to watch this hail threat as these storms push on through the Omaha metro. Again, anytime you see those pinks and purples showing up, that's the potential for some large hail. Eastern Ralston, South Omaha, right along and south of Dodge. Here's Saddle Creek, here's Center Street. 42nd right in here. So south side of Midtown down into South Omaha, northern Papillion, northern Bellevue. This looks to be the target for some potential hail here with this thunderstorm. If we show our hail estimate once again, it's lagging behind just a little bit, but you can see the core of this storm moving into the south side of Omaha, just south of Dodge, right along 42nd, 55th, 60th, right at I-80, L and Harrison Streets, moving across the south side of Omaha. So that's where the greatest hail threat is right now. And of course, we will continue to monitor this storm as it continues to roll its way across the south side of Omaha. And these storms developing across the same areas, putting down some pretty heavy rainfall as well. We have a flood advisory that has been issued for portions of Douglas, Sarpy, and Potawatomi counties because of the because of the heavy rainfall that we have been seeing over the last hour with these storms. So actually, if I put on our rainfall estimate here, we'll see if that will load in. Potentially some rainfall estimates over 1 inch across the metro here in the last hour or two. There you can see the radar estimating up to 2 inches of rainfall across the south side of Omaha into northern Sarpy County. So we do have a flood advisory that's been issued for the metro area as well. So we are tracking these thunderstorms as they continue to develop across the region. This is one of the stronger storms right now. Western Otoe County, western Cass County, southwest of Weeping Water. It looks like it's redeveloped back into the Palmyra area. In fact, that may be some very large hail there near Palmyra. So I want to zoom into that real quickly here for you. Anytime you see that white showing up on the radar, that's the potential there for perhaps up to 2-inch diameter hail coming up right up toward Highway 2, Palmyra here, western Otoe County. Weeping Water in the top right of your screen. Anywhere in this zone could be some large hail. So very powerful thunderstorm here in western Otoe County with the potential for that very large hail. That severe thunderstorm warning continues here for about another 15 or so minutes. There is the potential there for that large hail stretching up into Palmyra, and then just to the east of Eagle, southwest of Weeping Water, at least 1-inch diameter hail. That would be quarter-sized hail, and the potential is there for up to 2-inch diameter hail here in the Palmyra area. So I want you to be indoors, staying away from windows until this storm has passed your area. So there's another look at that storm as it continues to roll across the metro. This pretty powerful line of storms developed right along the cold front that has been moving through the area today. It's been moving rather slowly. That's why we are seeing these storms rolling over the same areas time and time again, and we're getting the potential there for some minor street flooding across the south side of Omaha because of the what we call training of these thunderstorms as they are moving across the area. So you can see south side of Omaha, Ralston, Papillion, 1 storm, 2 storm, 3 storms moving on through, bringing that heavy rainfall. And I showed that a radar estimate up to perhaps 2.5 inches of rain right along I-80. So that's why we do have that flood advisory that has been issued for Douglas, Sarpy, and Potawatomi counties. Might see some minor street flooding, some storm drainage issues as that heavy rain continues to come down here across the metro, and this severe thunderstorm warning remains in place for the Omaha metro until 8 p.m. There's the potential hail core coming right across Midtown, down into northern Papillion and Bellevue, just to the west of Highway 75, JFK 480, just west of 480 and Highway 75 right now from Omaha down into Bellevue. That's where the potential is for some hail, and there's also some likely very, very heavy rainfall as this system continues to work its way across the metro area. Do we have the NBC programming back here for you? Not yet? Okay, so we are having some issues picking up on your NBC program at this moment because of the heavy rain coming down here in Midtown. So we would like to throw you back to your regularly scheduled program, but the storm is actually making that impossible for us here at the moment. So we are going to continue to track this storm as it moves across the area. I want to go ahead and show you that city cam once again. I'm going to try and spin this camera around and see what we can see here around the metro at this moment with this storm on top of Omaha, potentially bringing some hail to parts of the area. So this is our camera on top of First National. Looks like we actually lost connection to that camera, so let me try and pull up a different camera here for you. Let's see here. We can get the signal from 144th and Dodge. Let's see if that's coming in. Well, that's neat, the little rainbow showing up there from our camera at 144th and Dodge on the Union Bank and Trust building. That is the water tower at Boys Town. So you can actually see a little bit of a rainbow showing up. This camera is actually on the west side of this storm. So there is Dodge looking to the east toward downtown. And we're actually getting a pretty neat little rainbow showing up there as this camera is on the west side of the storm. It's not actually raining too terribly heavy there at the moment at 144th and Dodge, but kind of a neat view from that camera looking east into the storm. And if we pull up our camera here in Midtown on top of our tower, you can see the rain is coming down very heavy. That's actually the side of the tower here on top of the building at Blackstone Plaza, 35th and Farnham. So if we spin the camera around just a little bit, we can try and take a look at downtown. And there's not much to see because of the heavy rain and potentially some hail coming down there right now. So if we widen out the view just a little bit, there you can see Midtown, the Mutual of Omaha here as we look down at Farnham Street here in Midtown. So certainly some heavy rain, potentially some hail coming down here in Midtown. This is going to be moving into downtown as well. So let me go ahead and pull the radar back up for you, and we can take a look at what's going on as this storm continues to push its way across the area. So there is that heavy rainfall right along the just west of the Missouri River. That's where we're seeing the heavy downpours, the potential for some hail. That severe thunderstorm warning remains in place until 8 p.m. for the Omaha Metro. Another severe thunderstorm warning here for portions of Cass and Odo County, potentially up to 2-inch diameter hail near Palmyra. Additional severe thunderstorm warnings from Odo County down into Johnson, Pawnee County. Some large hail likely there in portions of Johnson and Odo County. So there is the heavy rainfall, potential hail moving through the Omaha Metro right now. Right along Highway 75 and 480 through Omaha and Bellevue. That's where the heaviest rain and hail is coming down right now. Anywhere you see the pinks and the purples, that's a very heavy rainfall and potentially some hail mixed in as this storm continues to push its way to the north and east. That heavy rainfall may be causing some issues with some minor flooding as the storm continues to push its way across the area. So we do have our programming back. We're going to continue to monitor this storm, let you know if we do get any additional updates, any reports of severe weather. It does look like this storm beginning to weaken just a little bit, but certainly some making quite a bit of noise as it moves across the Omaha Metro. So we're going to send you back to your regular programming right now. We'll bring you any updates as they come in.
Or he's made out of farts. Is that interesting?